Okay, now into the rune Jera. This rune represents harvest, wealth, and also hard work. This rune is it's a rune of wisdom as well. Because if you think about it, a lot of people don't realize that through hard work, you will realize certain things that you never had before. Uh, like, for example, the value of teamwork, or um, the value of gathering certain items for your hard work. As well as when I see this rune, it also represents to me gathering. So, for example, like you want to gather something that you need for your hard work, or just gather the benefits of your hard work. This rune can really help you do that. It's really a rune of reaping the benefits from your hard work as well. It's a rune of planting and waiting for the outcome. It can also be a rune of patience. It takes a lot of patience to see fruition. It takes a lot of hard work to see the fruits of your labor with this rune. It can sometimes be exhausting even. But that is, a lesson about this rune. Sometimes hard work can be exhausting, but at the end of the day, you will always get, the reward from it. So long as what you're doing is pure and just, and needed. When I see this rune, I see not only two solos, a rune, but another rune, but I also see gathering. Like I said, I see two sticks together, or a pile of sticks. That is what I see. And with this rune, gathering is important as just as it's just as important as hard work is when it comes to this rune. Gathering up your resources can be a really good way to ease the efforts of hard work. For example, like, you're not going to get very far if you're, using sticks to fix something. Like, you know what I mean? You're going to need the tools for it, so you're going to have to gather the tools. And that will take time, and patience will be needed, will be required for this. That is a really good rune also for invoking or inviting patience in your life. When it comes to this rune, there isn't a whole lot to say, but just think of harvesting as spiritual, and also in every way of the word, of a harvest. It takes time. Sometimes cycles must end in order to get the actually they have to end in order to get the harvest. Cycles will come and they will go, as you can see with the rune. There's one side and then there's another. So, patience and then reward. Thinking what else here? What else is there? Also think it somewhat has a relation to the sun as well. Although many people do not recognize this or see it. because, the sun is required for harvest as well. So if you take that in a spiritual or metaphorical way, you're going to always need, you're going to need the light to see in order to plant something. Because if you're stumbling around in the dark, then you ain't going to be able to plant nothing. So just keep that in mind. That's a piece of wisdom in this rune. And the rune will always bring you light so you can harvest. It will always bring you things so you may begin the harvest. It will push you forward to work hard, to work your ass off. And then at the end of the cycle or event, whatever you want, whatever fits your circumstances, it will benefit you. You see the reward at the end of the tunnel. Or at the beginning of dawn, I should say. For some reason, I'm thinking that although this might not pair well with what I said, I also see the clouds within this rune as well. For example, sometimes when you're harvesting, things can go wrong, Things can, like crops can die. Unseen circumstances can ruin crop. Like, for example, the rain, the clouds can bring the rain, and I think that's also a part of this rune. But sometimes things are necessary, even the negative things. Most of the time, the good and bad can come with the runes. So, why this rune doesn't have very many negative aspects, it can become a negative rune in many's eyes if you do not work hard because you see nothing. It will be like the clouds are forming above your sun, for example. You won't be able to see nothing, or it won't. You won't have the sun on your side, for example, because you do not believe and you're not putting in the work. So just keep that in mind. With this rune, you must believe and you must work hard to get the harvest. Harvests just don't come, They don't just appear before you just because you have this rune. You still have to plant and plan and work your ass off. You still got to do all that. So, this rune is also a great rune for farmers and people who plant in general, or just want to plant something new. I see with this rune maybe a protective barrier over crop, for example. It can be a really good rune for that, for protection, for the light. But those are my thoughts. I'm pretty sure I said all that needs to be said here today. If you do like and appreciate this video, please subscribe, as it's free, and that'll help me see the fruits of my labor as well. So thank you all for joining, and I will see you guys on the next one.